Hello, trade pros. Good morning and welcome to our last morning market update of the year for December the 31st. It is Monday, December 31st. This is George Papps of Trade Pro Academy, and I want to welcome you today. Wanted to do a little impromptu morning market update. This morning, the trading room is closed. There's going to be less liquidity and also less volume than expected during these holiday hours. But I didn't want to do an update because there's some important things to say. So it's the last morning market update. Here we go. It feels almost surreal that 2018 is over. We got a lot of big goals for 2019. And before I get started today, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of our community and Trade Pro Academy family on YouTube, for being here, for watching, and for participating. We really appreciate you. We've really accomplished great things in 2018, and we're going to new heights above and beyond what we've accomplished. We're going to break plateaus, and then we're going to do it together. All right. So I appreciate you guys. I want to wish you a happy new year for 2019. Be responsible, yet have fun. Have one hell of a night, and just wake up tomorrow to tell about it. That's all I want. All right. I want you guys to have a phenomenal day. Ring in 2019 with your family, friends, and loved ones. And I wish you all health, happiness, and prosperity for the new year and an abundance of it. All right. Today's morning market fun fact: on this day in 2008, in the depths of the financial crisis, the Dow Jones ended the year down 34%, the largest annual drop since 1931. This year, the market got hairy, but we didn't really get any close to the 34%. We didn't even hit bear market territory yet. We were close, but we rallied off the lows before we entered into bear market territory. So interesting stuff. In today's markets, all Asian markets are closed other than India, and India's trading flat. In Europe, London is down 0.1%. Paris is up almost 1 percentage point. German markets are closed. Futures in the United States, Dow is trading almost up 1%, S&P is up 0.8%, and NASDAQ trading up 0.9%. So strong gains across the board in the United States markets for two reasons. One is we had a development overnight with Trump and China. We'll talk about that next. And number two is there's less liquidity, less volume. So a small amount of buyers could move the market significantly. So I wouldn't take anything in today's session as an indication of what's to come. Today's session is the reduced liquidity, reduced volume, quiet session, and that's the way you should treat it. All right, before we get into some of the analysis here, 3 rules to follow today: trade less size, trade less often, and take profits quicker. All right, follow those 3 rules. You should have a fairly good day. Crude oil is up 1 percentage point and opened higher. Gold is up 0.2. Bitcoin flat for the day, hanging around the high 3,000s on a little bit of a rebound. 10-year Treasury yield is steady, unchanged basically. And this morning we at 10:30 we have Dallas Fed manufacturing survey. The government in the United States is still shut down, so some of these economic reports are being canceled. So if you're going to trade, keep a year out on the news wire, you have to have a news service that reads out these reports for you and keeps you up to date. All right. So futures are higher today for the final trading session of the year for one reason. Yesterday, Donald Trump, or actually on Saturday, Donald Trump tweeted this. He said, just had a very long call with President Xi of China. Deal is moving along very well. If made, it will be very comprehensive, covering all subjects, areas, and points of dispute. Big progress being made. That tweet was at 11:03 a.m. on December 29th, and that pushed up market sentiment because we have until the end of February for China and the United States to come to an agreement, at which point, if they do not come to an agreement, $200 billion worth of goods are being tariffed at 10% at the moment. That's set to increase to 25% as of March 1st if there's no formal deal made. So Donald Trump kind of used it as an opportunity to provide us an update with the talks. Very suspect timing and low liquidity markets. Donald Trump has reached out to many hedge fund managers and has asked them how to make the stock market go up. Can't make this stuff up, and I'm not kidding either. So that's one trick he could have been given. I'll tell you one thing that's suspect about this tweet. I want to believe this, but actually 2 things are suspect. Number one, President Xi said that they were contacted first. His government released that saying Donald Trump called us. It didn't confirm or deny any of the progress, but it's this line right here in the tweet that's kind of suspect. It will be very comprehensive, covering all subject areas and points of dispute. It's like you have a massive problem and somebody comes up to you and be like, everything will be all right. You're not looking for reassurance. You're looking for some details, right? You're looking for how will it be all right. It's nice to be reassured, but it's also nice to get details. Right now, the market will take whatever it's given and rally off of it. It needs any kind of optimism. All right. It's been a tumultuous year. So let's go through some of the events because it's the last session of the year. And I'm not really trading after this. I've wrapped up my book for 2018. It was a great trading year for me personally, and I know for a lot of you as well. So let's wrap up this year and do it like this. In 2018, listen to all the events traders have had to deal with, and investors and the markets as a whole. No wonder we're getting choppy. All right. End of the year bear market, we got pretty close to 20%. All right, and a roller coaster ride since October. So the end of this year has been crazy. The U.S.-China trade war in 2018, the Cambridge Analytica scandal that's pushed Facebook down and has lost almost half of its value and continues to get hammered. All right, Iran deal exit. So the United States exited the deal with Iran. It fell apart. Then they put pressure and sanctions on them. All right, Brexit fireworks. Will they do a Brexit? Will they not? Are they going to exit? Is it going to be soft or hard exit? How will it look like? All right, U.S. unemployment at historically low levels. Right, that's resulted in the Federal Reserve tightening. The revamped NAFTA deal. iPhone estimates and patent battles happen. The cannabis stock industry. I'm Canadian. I live in Canada. And we've seen them rally and bust, boom, bust, and now they're trying to recover. Amazon's new headquarters. That was a little bit of a fiasco. Which country's going to get it? General Electric dropped from the Dow Jones after being on there for decades. The collapse of Sears stock and fund manager now pledging $4.5 billion to try to keep it afloat. OPEC output cuts. The end of the European Central Bank's bond buying program. Rate hike drama from the Federal Reserve. Jerome Powell, Donald Trump going back and forth, and now the current government shutdown that looks like it's going to extend into 2019. That's just a brief list. There's more. I could have gotten a lot more detail, but that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 significant events happening in the span of 1 year. So in today's market, in today's world, because a lot of around 85% of the markets are driven by high frequency trading and automated algorithms, a lot of this news gets priced in relatively quickly, and there isn't as much time to take action. There isn't as much time to think. All right. The process of thinking has almost been eliminated from investing. And that's kind of where the trouble is. That's why you're seeing some of the volatility go up and down so much. And I think 2019 is going to be tumultuous and trying time. I do think in 2019 we'll hit the bear market. I hope we don't. I hope I'm wrong. I'd really like to see nothing more than this market rally back to new highs and everyone be successful. And I think that it's time for a retracement. It's time for a little bit of recession. There's something called the 7.5-year cycle. The book is actually there. I'd pull it out, but I'm kind of tied up by these wires. And that 7.5-year cycle says every 7.5 years there's a bit of a recession. It's worked. Now we're on a 10-year cycle propelled by the Federal Reserve's bond buying program. All right. They're unwinding their balance sheet starting January, and I think we're going to see a little bit more downside. That being said, let's wrap up this broadcast by saying this. What do you think is the best performing asset in 2018? Let me give you some of the ones that aren't doing so good. Europe 600 total return down over 10%. S&P 500 total return down 5%. It's total return. Front month gold futures down about 2%. iShares 7 to 10-year Treasury bond ETF down about 5%. Classic cars down 1%. iShares 1 to 3-year Treasury bonds down 0.5%. Fine wine up almost 10 percentage points. Art up 11% this year in 2018. So we're finishing 2018 in a very strange way. We had a great rally in the stock market, and now towards the end of 2018, assets that do well in the wealthy circles during recessions are starting to get pumped up. Careful, that's a sign, because if there's a sell-off in stocks and art and wine is going up, that means that the selling from stock markets, that money is partially going into fine art and wine. All right, because what else is causing that bid to go up? It's a transfer of wealth from one asset class to the other. Art, wine, and other asset classes other than stock markets tend to outperform in these environments. So keep an eye out for that. I think that's very interesting. It's showing you where the smart money thinks, or the really wealthy, where they think some of these trends are going. 2019 is going to be interesting. We're seeing a lot of institutional selling out here in late 2018, a lot of professional money getting out of markets. I'm very interested to see how the first 2 weeks of January hold out, because the way January goes in a pre-presidential election year is going to dictate the rest of the entire calendar year without fail since earlier than the 50s, since 1950. All right, very interesting trends are in play here. Very interesting statistical and seasonal trends are at play, and going to be a very, very interesting year. And I'll do our best. I'll do my best. The guys here at Trade Pro Academy will do their best. Victorio's away. He's celebrating New Year in another city. Marky's taking the day off. And so I'm in here. And I want to assure you guys, 2019, we'll do our best to keep you guys up to speed. We got a lot of innovation coming at Trade Pro Academy. I'm so excited for next year. We have our roadmap mapped out, and it's going to be insanely good. I promise you guys. How do you know a company really cares about what they do? Innovation. That's number one. Their innovation and their hustle. And those are two buzzwords for 2019. We're going to innovate this year, and we're going to hustle hard, and good things are going to happen. And I'm really happy you guys are part of our team. I look to each and every one of you as a member of our community. All right, we're doing this together. We're in it together, and that's the power of trading with the Trade Pros. All right, so I want to conclude this by saying I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm very thankful for what we've done in 2018. Thank you for being part of the journey. I'm really excited to see the rest of our journey and your personal journeys through 2019 and beyond. We've got a lot planned. I hope you stick around with us. It's going to be super exciting. And I appreciate you guys all. That's all I could say is go out there, enjoy your last day of 2018. Set big, crazy, BHAGs are called, big, hairy, audacious goals. Set those goals for 2019. Have a vision, have a plan. That's all great. That's what people will tell you. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's a little bit more of a secret in the successful community. I mean, I don't know, how do you judge success to begin with? But I'll tell you this: gratuity is very important. So instead of taking this year and thinking about all the big things you want in 2019, take a moment today to just appreciate everything you've accomplished in 2018. Because I'm sure each and every one of you have some big accomplishments that you could celebrate. All right, feel good, marinate in those moments. And as we go out at the end of this year, appreciate what you've already accomplished before you start asking for some new things. Gratuity is key, right? Gratuity is the most important thing that we got. So speaking of gratuity, I'm grateful for you. You guys take care. Have an awesome new year. Go out there and enjoy it. Be safe, be sound, and I'll see you guys on January 3rd. January 2nd on Wednesday. Tomorrow's a day off. I might pop in and do a YouTube live with you, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Take care. Have an awesome rest of your years. And I can't believe I'm going to be that guy, but I'll see you next year. Bye, guys. Take care and have an awesome day. Ciao. Oh, if you're going to trade, remember the 3 rules. All right. Goodbye.